Now then, miss, what are the meanings of the different colored curbstones, and what are the regulations covering each color?
Now, I know that. A red curbstone means you're not allowed to park at all, ever, even for the tiniest second.
Quite right, miss. And?
A yellow curbstone means you're allowed to park for... No, that's a green one. Or is it a white one? Oh, dear.
Now, steady, miss, steady. Keep calm.
A yellow curbstone means...
Yes, miss, go on. A yellow curbstone.
A yellow curbstone... Higgins, do they go through the same thing in England for a driver's license?
Before your father inherited the ancestral silver, and me, back in London, the rules of the road were getting a bit thick, too. But have no fear, miss, you drive splendidly.
But what's the use of driving splendidly if I can't remember about the colored curbstones?
Oh, it's stage fright, miss. Pay no attention. Once you're on, so to speak, it'll all come back to you. Here we are. Right in there, Miss Joni.
It's awfully narrow.
Oh, no, there's plenty. Look, run out right in between those two white lines. You've streets to spare.
Well...
No, miss, a little bit too... Miss! Dear.
Oh, Higgins!
I say, that was a scrunch, wasn't it? Oh, good afternoon, Constable. May we help you?
Aimed a little wide, didn't you, miss?
Yes, I'm terribly sorry.
Uh-huh. May I see your driver's license, please?
You got it, Miss Joni?
Now, that's a learner's permit.
Oh, yes, I've come to take my driver's test.
Well, I guess you realize a learner has to have a licensed driver in the car.
Oh, yes, we are perfectly familiar with the vehicle code, Constable. Here we are.
What's this?
That, sir, is my license.
To do what?
What to do what it says there on page 2. I am licensed to operate mechanically propelled vehicles or reversible tricycles of fully laden weight.
Well, it's an English license.
British.
Well, English, British, what's the difference? It's no good.
No good? I can assure you it's perfectly good. I've had occasion to use this license all over the world. I've used it in Tasmania, in Kenya, in Bechuanaland, and New South Wales.
Those are all foreign places.
I would suggest, my good man, that is a point of view. There are several million people in the world who would regard this as a foreign place, and you as a foreigner.
Hey,
Who did this? Who smashed my car?
I suggest you let me handle this.
Sure, buddy.
Is this your handiwork?
I can assure you the young lady was not to blame.
Well, then who is?
You are, sir.
Me? I wasn't even here.
If you would observe, sir, your rear right-hand hub disc is protruding across the white line designating the area in which one is permitted to park, thereby narrowing the available space between your car and the car on the other side of Miss Joni's, making it doubly difficult.
Who is this sea lawyer?
Well, Inspector,
Inspector?
That's right. Inspector Buckmaster. I'm a driving inspector. I give the driving tests around here.
Oh, no.
Listen, Harry, it ain't a federal case. She crumpled a fender. Buckmaster's got insurance. You got insurance, don't you, Mrs. McRoberts?
Yes, Sergeant. And may I add that Higgins is new in this country and isn't used to our rules and regulations.
Sure, I know. Look, nobody's dead from it. Let's forget all about it, huh? Only thing, young lady, don't you do any driving on that permit without a licensed driver in the car.
Oh, I won't. I promise.
And as for you, Mr. Higgins.
Just Higgins, sir.
Well, Higgins, you go down to room 17, get yourself a learner's permit like the young lady here has. You go home and study the rules of the road, come back here and take your test.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, you can all go.
Sergeant, just one more thing before you let him go.
What is it now, Harry?
He made aspersions on the United States of America.
He did what?
He called this a foreign place.
Harry, for Pete's sake.
red painted curbstone indicates that no motor vehicle may park, stop, stand, or otherwise come to rest. Park, stop, stand, or otherwise come to rest. What do they mean, pass away? My word. Before, beside, in front of, contiguous to, or touching it. Well, I'd say that about covered it. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Just stiffening up the bacon, so I'll have your...
Just coffee, Higgins. I've got to be over at the Midwalker house in 15 minutes. We're pouring the foundation.
Just coffee? Very good, sir. The green painted curbstone indicates you may stop for a period of not exceeding 12 minutes for the purpose of the... There you are, sir.
Oh, thanks. Now, look, when Mrs. McRoberts comes down, tell her I'll go right to the airport from the Midwalker place. Mr. Farnham's plane is due in at 2:18.
Very good, sir. For the purpose of unloading... Why, may I ask, sir, must you load at the curbstone painted one colour and unload at the curbstone painted another colour?
Beats me. Maybe the traffic commissioner's got a brother-in-law in the paint business.
Oh, really, sir?
Look, tell Mrs. McRoberts I'll take Mr. Farnham direct to his hotel, wait till he cleans up, and then bring him here. You do know we have a dinner guest tonight.
Oh, yes, indeed, sir. Most important client, I understand.
An important prospective client. J.J. Farnham of the Farnham Foundation. I gotta run.
Most impressive, sir. I have to see about providing the Farnham Foundation with a very, very special dinner.
That's the spirit, Higgins. If Mr. Farnham decides that I'm the man to build that hospital wing, we'll be on Easy Street with gold-painted curbstones.
Gold-painted curbstone. Wonder what they do in front of them. When two cars arrive simultaneously at an intersection, the car to the right shall proceed first across the intersection unless... Ooh.
Tommy. Bum, 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 bum.
Unless there's a traffic light at an intersection, in which case, unless there is a traffic light right there, in which you let the driver off the car that's in the intersection. Oh, really now?
You can do it. Now, go ahead, Tommy.
In which case, if the light is a red blinking light, the driver of the car... McRoberts resident?
What?
Oh, good afternoon, sir. Pay no attention, no. I'm simply boning up on the red blinking lights and the rest of the blinking regulations.
Yeah, well, knock it off long enough to give Mrs. McRoberts a message for me. I'm all tied up and I won't be able to get there on time. She'll have to go to the airport and pick up Farnham. You got that?
Got it, sir. I shall convey the message at once.
And tell her the plane's due at 2:18, so she better leave right away.
Very good, sir. I shall inform Madam. Yes, sir. Goodbye, sir.
Goodbye. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tempo. Yes. What is it?
I'm sorry, Mr. Points. I was wondering whether Mrs. McRoberts was in here.
She's not home, Higgins.
Not home?
Mrs. Peters picked her up and they went shopping.
How unfortunate.
What's wrong?
Your father just phoned to say he couldn't go to the airport to meet Mr. Farnham. Your mother will have to go in his place.
The car's here. You'll have to go.
That's impossible. I can't. You see, the holder of a learner's permit cannot operate a motor vehicle unless accompanied by a licensed driver.
Maybe Mr. Points has a license.
What a splendid idea. Have you...
I do have a driver's license, as a matter of fact. I don't have a car any longer, piano lessons being what they are, but I do have a driver's license.
Oh, how splendid. Do you think I might impose upon you...
To ride to the airport with you? I'll be very happy to. I love airports.
Oh, splendid.
Can I come too, Higgins?
Well, I don't see why not, Master Tommy. At least one member of the family should be on hand.
Bless you.
Thank you.
I do hope you're not in the draft, Mr. Point.
No, just a bit of dust, that's all. Oh, good gracious.
What's wrong?
I don't have my wallet.
Oh, I hope you haven't lost it.
Lost it? No. Let me think. My other suit. Yes, I wore my other suit yesterday. And this morning I just neglected to. What a relief. I can remember it distinctly now. It's at home in my other suit, quite safe. Of course, there's no money in it, you understand. Just odds and ends, business cards, driver's license. Driver's license.
You don't have it with you?
No, it's in my wallet.
Oh, no.
can we do?
Well, there's one thing we must not do, Master Tommy. Let's move this car one more inch until we have the proper credentials. Wait a minute. When I had my first day off, I had the rather good fortune to meet with one Charles Ferguson. He very kindly took me on a tour of the city, including this men's club. This is where he relaxes when the stock market closes. I'm going to have a word with him. Charlie, my dear.
Right here, Buckler. Well, Higgins, where you been holding up? I haven't seen her around these parts in weeks. You remember Louis.
Hi, Hank.
And the Commodore.
How's your sailing, mate? Yes. Charlie, I'm in the most difficult position. I wondered if you could possibly help me. Do you by any chance have the authority to operate a motor vehicle?
No, all I got's a driver's license.
I can't tell you how grateful I am to you, Charlie, for your help. The gentleman I have to pick up is a most important prospective client of my employer's. So much depends on things going smoothly.
Don't give it thought too, Higgs. Don't give it thought too. As long as you get me and Louie and the Commodore here to the track in time for the Daily Double, everything's hunky and dory.
Yeah, so, Higgins, old boy, speed it up, huh? What racket you in? Toilet water?
What? Racket? Oh, I am an instructor of the piano forte.
What did he say he was?
Piano hustler.
Just doing that?
Bank stuff. Kids' pocket money. A lot of old ladies get into it. Never seen a man working it before.
I simply love to watch the great jet taking off. Revving up the engine. Down the runway.
Oh, boy. You try to tap a simple parking meter, and suddenly next to you some kook starts making bird imitation. Will you shut him up? I almost got this thing. Forget it. Here comes Higgins with his nib. Well, only take a second.
Here we are, gentlemen. This is Mr. J.J. Farnham of the Farnham Foundation. Mr. Farnham, may I present Mr. Points, Master Tommy McRoberts, Mr. Louis, Mr. Commodore, and Charlie Ferguson.
How do you know, Mr. Farnham? I'm glad to see you, sir.
Welcome to our city, Mr. Farnham.
Did you knock it off? Look, how did you get looked in front of it?
Good afternoon, gentlemen. I had understood that Mr. McRoberts himself...
Oh, Mr. McRoberts was unavoidably detained, sir. We've come in his place.
All of you.
Certainly. You don't think that someone like J.J. Farnham with the Farnham Foundation don't raid a reception committee? Listen, we ever run into each other before?
I can hardly imagine a circumstance in which that would appear to be very likely.
Hey, get out for Pete's sake.
Are you quite certain, my good man, that...
All is quite in order, sir, I assure you. Now, shall we go? We have 1 or 2 stops to make on the way. Come along. Charlie, if you please.
Okay, Higgs, I'll take care of it. Come on, Commodore. You heard, Higgs. Now cut it out. Charlie, come on, get going. Come on. Let's hold it up here. Put the whole thing in.
Lovely day, isn't it?
Piano hustler, huh?
I teach piano, sir. Teach it. Teach it.
Okay, don't get sore. Get him.
How long will it take to get to my hotel?
Oh, not very long, Mr. Farnham. Just as soon as we've dropped these people off at the race course.
I must confess, this is not the manner in which I anticipated being met.
I'm very, very sorry, sir, but I assure you...
Detroit. Didn't I run into you in Detroit in 19, when was it?
I have never been in Detroit.
Oh. Well, then maybe it was at... Oh, Higgins, take your left here.
Righto. Oh, my.
What'd you do, Higgins?
Well, to quote the vehicle code, Master Tommy, a motor vehicle intending to make a left turn at an intersection
Uh-oh, it's the fuzz.
E-flat. I have perfect pitch.
Really? This is too much.
Good afternoon, Constable. I believe I'm the person you wish to see.
You guessed it, pal.
Would it be in relation to Ordinance 370-14 of the Vehicle Code, governing left turns at intersections?
Homework doesn't count. Let's see your license.
Oh, yes, I have it here. There we are.
A learner's permit. Is there a licensed driver in this car?
Well, naturally, otherwise I would never have ventured out on the street. Charlie, do you mind?
Quite, Higgins, quite. There you are.
Thanks, old boy. There we are.
Are you Waller Ferguson?
That's right.
How come we call you Charlie?
Walter Charles Ferguson.
Well, who's this guy with the beard who's got his picture here?
Oh, well, that must have been taken to me about the time I was driving the Essex.
Yeah, it must have been. License and car expired at the same time.
Charlie, why didn't you tell me?
I'm sorry, Higgins. I didn't know it myself. I haven't looked in years.
Lucky thing for you, you weren't driving this car, mister. All right. Anybody in this car got a driver's license?
Mr. Farnham, I really must apologize.
Just get it over as quickly as you can.
Oh, perhaps you could help. Do you have a driver's license?
My chauffeur has a driver's license. However, my chauffeur is regrettably not here.
What a pity.
Coming right up there.
You don't think we'd go driving without license? Why, you could get in serious trouble with the law that way.
There you are. Here's mine. Can we leave now, officer? We've already missed the daily double.
I got a license here to drive a power lawnmower no faster than 16 miles an hour. And another license to shoot a polar bear between October 2nd and November 9th, 1945 in the territory of Alaska. Okay. Out. All of you.
One moment, Constable. Am I to understand you are placing us all under arrest?
There's something fishy going on here. We've had a lot of banks pushed in lately.
Now look here, officer.
Tell it to the sergeant.
One moment. Look. Think of the junior here. The experience of going to jail.
I've been thinking about him. I've been wondering what he's doing with this mob.
My dad.
Your dad? Is he your dad, Sonny?
My dad? For Pete's sakes. He's my butler.
Out!
Higgins, what are we waiting for?
Waiting for your father, Master Tommy.
Why?
To prove that we didn't steal the car.
But I know it's our car.
I know you do, Master Tommy. As do I. But you're a minor, and I'm a two-time loser.
They're off in a fit. I got a sure thing going, too.
I'm dreadfully sorry, old man.
And I've just missed my 3:30 piano lesson.
Mr. Points, I assure you, if I could...
A very talented young lady. She's only 12, but she uses every finger and both thumbs.
In jail. Look, Dingy, I'm in a hurry. He's where?
In jail.
Look, Dingy, I haven't got the... never mind. Where's Tommy?
He's in jail with Higgins.
Oh, now, look, Dingy, I'll play telephone with you later.
This is important.
Dingy, who's that? Dad, is he mad? Give me that. Daddy?
Joni, listen, what's going on there? All I can get out of Dingy is that everybody's in jail.
Not everyone. Just Higgins and Tommy.
Oh, that's something anyway.
And Mr. Farnham.
How long is this situation going to continue?
Mr. Farnham, as soon as Mr. McRoberts gets...
Yes. I have a number of things to say to Mr. McRoberts when he gets here.
If it wasn't Detroit, was it maybe Miami?
I have had enough of this. Sergeant.
Back to the bench, Jack.
Sergeant, the name, as I have taken pains to point out to you, is Farnham. J. Farnham of the Farnham Foundation. And I would like to avail myself of the drinking fountain I noticed in the corridor when I was dragged in here.
Georgie, take the Farnham Foundation out to the scuttlebutt.
I am much obliged to you, Sergeant. Much obliged.
Look, Higgins, there's something about that fellow.
I quite agree, Charlie. I was just thinking how closely he resembles a man I knew in my boyhood. He was the rector of Princess Risborough, where
Rector. That's it.
What do you mean?
Rector. Don't you get it? Preacher. Preacher Pinchot. That's who that is. He got 3 to 5 and 52 for running some kind of a charity racket.
Oh, you must be mistaken.
No, that's him, all right. And I can prove it. Right here on his wrist. If it's him, there's a tattoo.
What sort of a tattoo?
A rose.
A rose tattoo?
That's the only mistake the preacher ever made. She turned him into the feds. Whatever the deal is your boss and the preacher cooking up, your boss better count his fingers after they shake hands.
No word, I see.
No, sir, not yet, I'm sorry to say.
Now, what is this? I told you to sit there and wait.
Oh, we were just stretching our legs, Sergeant. It's a little hard there on that bench.
Never mind. Sit. All of you. You too.
What is the meaning of this?
Higgins, for Pete's sake, what's going on? Tommy.
Dad!
Oh, I'm glad you've come, sir.
Sergeant, my name is McRoberts.
Mr. McRoberts?
Oh, Mr. Farnham?
That's right, McRoberts.
Mr. Farnham, I know I can explain if you'll just give me a chance.
I doubt very much that any explanation you might offer could ever undo the misery that man has caused me in the last few hours.
Higgins?
Unhand me.
Higgins! Sir, I believe an investigation will prove that this man is a rogue, known to the constabulary as Preacher Pinchot.
Preacher Pinchot, George, Jerry.
Well, I tell you, I knew him the first time I saw him.
Get him down to the tank. He's wanted from coast to coast.
Thief! Swindler! I've been trapped! I want my lawyer! I want my watch!
Higgins, how do you manage it?
I'm a two-time loser, sir. One develops a sensitivity to one's fellow criminals.
What?
A two-time loser, sir. I'm currently under indictment for making an illegal left turn and for operating without a license.
Just step over here, buddy.
Yes, sir.
Now, I don't want to see you in here anymore, do you understand? I want you to take your driving test right now. This is the only way I can think of to get you out of my hair.
What, at once, sir? But I must be home in time to prepare dinner.
If this test don't take too long, we might just make the last race.
I have a 5 o'clock pupil.
Pardon me, gentlemen. Is one of you free to accompany me on my driving test?
Ready, Mr. Higgins?
Just Higgins, sir.
Here's your temporary license. You'll get your permanent one in the mail.
Passed it all right, did he?
Perfect score. I don't think I made it easy for him either.
Off we go to the races. And my 5 o'clock lesson.
Okay, Higgins. Get behind the wheel and let's go home.
Thank you, sir. Everybody in?
Just one moment.
What's wrong?
This man work for you?
Yes.
He drives for you?
He's getting behind the wheel, isn't he?
Let me have that license.
Yeah, I say.
You, my friend, need a chauffeur's license. And that's an entirely different examination. Come back when you've done your homework for that one. I'll be waiting.
Oh, no.